Hello everyone, welcome to all in this lecture. In this lecture, I am going to discuss analysis of frame by method of joints. In the first unit, I have discussed how to calculate the resultant and what are the law of forces. Which by using with the help of we can calculate the unknown forces in their resultant, right? And I also discuss if a number of forces acting at a point, so how we can calculate the unknown forces. So here I will discuss we'll do the analysis of frame. So a frame which is connected by a number of members. It can be a pin joint, can be rigid joint. Say frame which called perfect frame when it's over this rule, like n is equal to 2j minus 3, where n is the number of total number of member. Total number of member. J is the number of joints. Okay. For example, suppose this is a frame or truss, we can say, right? So here number of members 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number of joint 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can calculate 2j minus 3, 2 into 4 minus 3. We are getting 5. So that is n, right? Means we can call this frame is perfect frame, right? If n not equal to 2j minus 3, then we can call an imperfect frame. Then we call a imperfect frame. So imperfect frame, when n is equal to n less than 2j minus 3, then we can call efficient frame. When n is greater than 2j minus 3, then we can call redundant frame, right? So in this lecture, I will discuss the perfect frame. We will do the analysis for the perfect frame. Few assumptions that should keep in mind. The frame with perfect frame means the frame will obey this formula n is equal to 2j minus 3. The frame will carry load at the joints only. You cannot see like loads acting in middle of the members and in middle of the joints. All loads will act only at the joints. All the members are pin joint. So how in this method, how we can calculate? So we will apply the equilibrium condition for the joints and then we will calculate unknown forces. But you have to make sure like at a joint, the maximum 2 number of unknown forces should be there. If 3 number of unknown forces, then we cannot calculate the unknown forces. For example, see, we will do the summation in the vertical direction, like summation of all forces in vertical direction will be 0, or in horizontal direction, summation of all forces in horizontal direction will be 0. So we will get these two equations. By using these two equations, only we can solve two unknown forces, right? So that's why we have to make sure like, okay, at a joint, my maximum 2 unknown forces should be there. So that's why we can calculate. See, what are the sign convention for compressive or tensile stresses, which is induced in member? So when the force member will be compressive if the member pushes the joints to which it's connected. Suppose this is a member like A and B, and I'm writing like this. Means this is joint FAB. You can see by arrow I'm writing like this. It means this force is pushing the joints. Pushing the joints means this will be compressive. When suppose this is a joint, when this force like FAB, suppose this is joint. In this case, you can see this force is FAB. FAB is pulling these joints. So when that force is pulling the joints, then that we can call it tensile. Whatever the forces induced in the member, that is in tensile in nature. Okay. This is joint. So this is it, compressive. This is joint pulling, then tensile. So this is the first question that we have. So first we can calculate support reaction. You can say this is a pin joint. So I'm writing this is VA, HA. See, this is the roller support, right? Roller support cannot resist the horizontal forces. So means the reaction in the horizontal direction like H, P will be 0. V, B. Now we can calculate the here 60 kilonewton force are acting in horizontal direction. Right? Okay. So how we can calculate the reaction? Apply the equilibrium condition. Or moment at A and B will be 0. So you can take the summation of moment at A. So I'm writing the sum moment that sign convention I'm taking. Clockwise direction is positive. Summation of moment about A is equal to 0. What we are getting? 60 into 1.5. 60 into 1.5. Then come to this 24. So this is also 24 into 2 minus VV into 4 is equal to 0. Right. So from this equation we can calculate VV, that is 48 plus 24 divided by 4. What we are getting? We can get 80 kilonewton. Calculate, we can get 80 kilonewton. So VV is 80 kilonewton. So I'm taking upward direction positive. So from this relation, from this equation, we can get plus VA minus 24 plus V is equal to 0. So from here we can get VA, that is 6 kilonewton. Okay, now in horizontal direction, summation of Fx is equal to 0. By using this relation, we can calculate plus HA plus 60 kilonewton is equal to 0. So you can see HA we are getting minus 60 kilonewton. Means the direction, whatever direction we have taken, that is wrong. Like direction will be there, left hand direction, and this value is 60 kilonewton. VA we have calculated 6 kilonewton. VV we have calculated 80 kilonewton. So now we can we found the reaction. Now we can calculate forces in members by using the method of joint. So I am taking joint A, right? Joint A, draw the free body diagram. This is joint A. There is a vertical force. reaction, that is VA, horizontal reaction, that is HA. This is given 6, this is given 60. You calculate it. Now, this, I'm taking this arrow, see the arrow, this is pushing the joints, means compressive. So this is F A D, right? And now other force I'm writing. This is arrow is pulling the joints, means this is a tensile. If you will, whatever the assumption we are taking, if it will come with the positive sign, means our assumption is right. Otherwise, direction will be opposite. F E, this is C, F S, right? F S. So this angle we have, angle we can calculate. So that angle we can calculate tan inverse 1.5 divided by 2. Vertical is 1.5, horizontal is 2 meter. Right. So what we are getting? So this angle is theta. So now apply that summation and break the component, like I'm writing this upward direction is positive, summation of Fy will be 0 at a joint A. So we can write V A D sine theta equal to VA. So from here we can calculate FAD VA by sine theta. So 6 divided by sine theta, you will get 10 kilonewton. 10 kilonewton. Now, take right forces acting towards right is positive, equal to 0. So we can write minus 60 plus FAC plus FAC minus FAD cos theta. Theta we can calculate, and from this equation it's equal to 0. From this equation we can got a FAC, that is 24 kilonewton. It means it is in tensile. Okay, now we can calculate another joints. So this was C. We got this reaction. This value is 10 kilonewton. This we got tension in that 24 kilonewton. Now come to this joint C. Joint C. This is joint C. That pulling force is there, 24 kilonewton. There is an external load is acting, 24 kilonewton. FCB unknown. FCD unknown. So see all the forces at right angle, and so directly we can write this will be 24, this will be 24, and both will be in tensile. Both will be tensile. Right? So this we get tensile 24. हमको ये भी मिल गया FV, ये भी टेंसाइल है. टेंसाइल मतलब पुलिंग 24. देखो सेम फोर्स अगर आप दिखा रहे हो यहाँ पे, तो जिस जॉइंट को पुल कर रहा है 24, अगर सेम फोर्स हम यहाँ पे दिखाएंगे दिस जॉइंट के अकॉर्डिंग, डायरेक्शन विल बी दिस 24. तो ये चीज आपको ध्यान रखना है, इस जॉइंट के अकॉर्डिंग आप दिखा रहे हो. उस जॉइंट को अगर पुल कर रहा है देयर इज ए टेंसाइल इन नेचर, पुश कर रहा है देयर इज ए compressive in nature. So that is compressive in nature, tensile in nature. Okay. Now we got this. Now we can go for joint at B. joint B. So just see. There is a reaction, vertical reaction was 18 kilonewton. 18 kilonewton in upward direction. This was 24 tensile. Obviously, this will be compressive F BD. So this theta will be same. Okay. So what we can get here? So apply. Just break the component like I'm breaking this force FD into vertical component, horizontal component. So this component will be F BD cos theta. Okay, this component will be F BD sin theta. Theta we have. What is the value of theta? Theta is tan inverse 1.5. Sorry, tan inverse 1.5. Divided 2. Okay. So just in this equation FBD cos theta is equal to 24. We will give FBD is equal to 30 kilonewton. And that is in compression. Right? So now we got the force in each member. That you can see here. AD we get 10 kilonewton compressive in nature, AC 24 tensile in nature, BD, BC, and how we locate, like we can show in the in diagram, like AD. AD is compressive, so it will be like this, right? AC, that is tensile. So at joint A, it will be like this. At joint C, this is C, it will be like this. BD, compressive. So BD at B joint like this, at D joint like this. Yeah, I am showing this FD force at D joint. So it will push the joint D. So that will be in compression. Okay. So BC in tensile. So it will pull this here also. So that we can show. This was the AD 10, AC 24, BC 24, this is 30, this is 24. Okay, reaction we got also. Okay, next question we have. So you can see the figure. So all the angle we can get through this dimension. Okay, first calculate the reaction. So reaction VA. There is no horizontal component, so no need to write horizontal reactions. If there is no any action in horizontal direction, so there won't be any reaction in horizontal direction. So here V, right. So just take the moment clockwise. I'm taking positive summation of about A will be 0, right? So I'm writing 50 into, I'm writing 50 into 4 plus 30 into this force and this distance from A, 8 meter. 8 minus VF into 11 is equal to 0. So VF can get direction, vertical direction at F, we can get, so I'm getting this value, I guess 40 kilonewton. 40 kilonewton. Now taking upward force is positive. So minus 50 minus 30 plus VA plus VV is equal to 0. So from this equation we can got VA, VB nahi VF, sorry, VF. So VA we are getting here 40 kilonewton. This is also 40 kilonewton. This is also 40 kilonewton. Now we can go to calculate the forces in each member by method of joint. So I am taking this joint A. Right. Joint A. This we get 40. This also we get 40. Joint A. Draw the free diagram. This is joint A. 40 kilonewton. This is F AC. This is F. I'm writing as a compressive. We will see it compressive or not. Angle. This angle we can calculate. So tan theta will be 5 by 4. So from here theta we can get tan inverse 5 by 4. But we are getting, I am getting here 51.34 degrees. So this theta. We can break this FE component in horizontal and vertical direction. So this we can write if V cos theta. And this we can write if V sin theta. Right? So we can write here directly like if AB sin theta will be equal to 40 kilonewton. So from this equation we can write AB 40 by sin theta. We'll get this value FAB FAB 51.224 kilonewton. Right? Apply adjoint Fx is equal to 0. So plus FAC minus FAV cos theta equal to 0. From this equation you will get FAC is equal to 32 kilonewton. So this is, we are getting tensile 32 kilonewton. This we are getting, sorry, tensile. Compressive 51.224 kilonewton. Compression. Okay. Now we can go for the joint B. Then you can go for the joint D. Then we can go for the F. All those things. So by doing this procedure, like Suppose, see, directly you cannot calculate at B. Why? Because three forces are there, right? So three unknown we cannot solve. But once we calculated the force in member AB, so now we have the two unknowns. So now we can go for the joint B, and then we can calculate forces in member BC and member BD. Once this BC we done, then we can go for the joint C. So this we know, then we can calculate for this one and this one. Okay. So you can, rest you can do, okay. You can find the force in each member. These are the reference that I have taken. Thank you. Next lecture, I will discuss shear force and bending moment and shear force and bending moment diagram. Thank you.